Hey guys, so I am here to do my 15-week vlog. I'm actually 15 weeks and 2 days today. You're probably thinking, what? She shouldn't be 15 weeks yet. However, I did end up having my first OB appointment, my obstetrician appointment. Met my OB for the first time last week, and I'm surprised I didn't do a video on this. No, because I missed it. Because I missed my 14-week video, because it turns out I'm now 15 weeks. Well, my days changed from a Friday to a Tuesday, and the reason was because I met him and he seems really lovely. He's actually got like an English accent, so he's quite smooth. He's like in his 40s or 50s though, and he did an ultrasound. And by going off my last ultrasound results, he's actually looking at that and looked at the date that it predicted me to be, which was the 21st of May, not the 24th of May. And I know it's only 3 days difference. And then when he did his own scan, he's like, yeah, you're more towards then, which exactly coincides with when I would have gotten my date from the first day of my last period. And with my son, if I'd stuck to the date of the first day of my last period, he would have been smack due, which was the 30th of September 2010. Yeah, so it's really exciting because of course I want to be further ahead than, you know, what I thought I was. And as we pregnant lady know that we at the beginning, or the whole time, we just want to be further along, and every day counts. So if it's only 3 days, it's huge. So yeah, I was really excited for that because that means now I get to have my 20-week scan, which will reveal the gender, but I'm actually doing it at 18 weeks. I've only got like 2.5 weeks to go till I find out the baby gender. So I'm really excited. I don't know, I looked at the scan when he was scanning, and I swear I've seen a little Pina winner. I don't know. I really think it's going to be a boy. And I'm so totally excited if it is. I'm excited both ways. And he said, oh no, I know what you're seeing, but that's not anything. And I'm like, okay, well, what is it? It's probably just the umbilical cord. Ribena, I haven't had this in like ages. Yeah, it's not red pudding, right? It's probably just as bad as red pudding. Anyway, so I had my appointment, and I really like him because the first time when I went through the hospital system with my son, I went through the public system. In Australia, you have public or private. You don't have to pay anything for public. I think the States you still have to pay for medicine in general. Whereas we didn't have to pay anything. I had an emergency C-section. I didn't have to pay a cent for it. This time around, however, going private, I still pay, it's like $250 a month, and then, or $280 a month for private, and you still have fees on top of it. So my first initial consultation, which was last week with my OB, was like $250. I didn't get anything back. I may have to, we have Medicare here, we may get some back on Medicare. I have to find all this out, I don't know. But the initial, because I know sometimes you get a rebate straight away with our private funds. Like if I have a dental appointment, they give you so much back. If I pay $100, they might pay me back $70, and I only really have to pay $30. But this time around it's a little bit different. So anyway, and then I read, they gave me a pricing list, and at 20 weeks scan it's going to be $1,500. That's not including if I have an anaesthetist at my birth. That's not including pediatrician fees. I don't have to pay anything for birthing or for my OB at the birth, so that's really good. I know my friend down where I used to live, because she's in more of a city, she had to pay $2,500, and then she had to fork out $2,000 for the anaesthetist. So it's a lot more expensive in the bigger cities, which is just crazy because you pay an arm and a leg anyway for private health fund, and you'd think would just be standard. But I do get my own room, and I asked him why I hate him listening in. Why we had to pay that much money, and he pretty much said it's the insurance, because I have to pay big insurance, as well as you know, to have a private obstetrician, it pretty much means that I get him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if I need him. I can call him up anytime I want. I can go in there. I think I probably have to still pay money. But it's just the assurance. And, I mean, even in my first consult, it was worth it, because he's like, he took a look at, he's seen my scar from my first cesarean, and he's like, yep, once again, the public hospital that I went to cut you too high, and apparently they're notorious for it. And he also said that with my first birth, I didn't get checked. I got admitted at like, I went at 5 o'clock in the morning when I think it was like 4 hours after having contractions. They sent me home, and then I contracted all day at home. And then when I got in there about 6, they didn't check me, and they didn't check me until like 11:30 or 11 o'clock that night, and it was still only 3 centimeters. So I think if they had checked me sooner, then I think things could have been a bit different. Maybe I would have gone for the epidural. I was only using gas. I think things could have been a lot different. Anyway, so he said, you know, they should be checking you every 4 hours. And to me, I'm like, wow, I didn't even get checked. I looked back at my birth video the other day, and I had a male midwife, and first of all, that just made me a little bit more uncomfortable to begin with. No offense to male midwives, but he was like old, and he didn't know what he was doing. I swear he was just training. He was like a 40, 50-year-old man and didn't know what he was doing. I had to be confined to the bed. They were all secretive, and looking back at it, it just wasn't a good experience at all. So this time around, I think it's going to be a lot different. So really, really, really excited about that, and I think the money will definitely be worth it. So he also gave me some photos. Really excited. You probably can't even see. There's the baby. So that's the baby's head there, and the belly. Same again. So that was really exciting, according to my theory, because the baby's laying this way now, it's a boy. I don't know, my theory is probably crap anyway. So as far as symptoms go, this week I have really, I might have a really good day, and then I might have a really bad day. The other day I had a bad day, and I just had no energy to do anything, and all I wanted to do was sit down. Whereas today and yesterday, I've been feeling, you know, relatively really good. If I don't eat though, I feel like I'm going to pass out, or I'm going to throw up, or it's just really bad. It's like my baby's trying to eat its way out to get food. Because I know, like, I worked yesterday for 4 hours, and I only had grapes and this cheese dip thing to like snack on to begin with, and then 3 hours later I had nothing else, and all at our work, as I said before, we only have lollies and crap. And as I've mentioned before, my symptoms, my cravings, I don't crave, I don't want, my versions are lollies and chocolate, so I mean that's a good thing, but I was so hungry and feeling so sick and drained, and so I really have to be proactive and make good snacks for myself, not just grapes. I have to put some type of carbs in there or protein in there to make me feel fuller for longer, because I love snacking on fruit. The boobs are getting a lot bigger and a lot more sore. Yeah, and laying on my stomach is really uncomfortable. If I do it, I have to hike my leg up almost underneath myself, and yeah, it's kind of weird. Lack of sleep, sometimes I can't get to sleep for ages, or I'll wake up and I can't get back to sleep, or I'm obviously going to the toilet 3 times a night. Probably doesn't help that I have like a big glass of water before I go to bed. What other symptoms? Fatigue, that's on my bad days, I suppose. I had that kind of swamp mouth last week. It's going, it comes and goes. It's been pretty good this week. Cravings and aversions. Cravings have been really good. Salads, chicken, fruit. Just good food. The only bad thing I have again is soft drink, and that's probably like 1 glass a day. So it's not that bad. Or like today, I've had a bit of this just to get some sugar into me. I am really trying to have 2 liters of water a day, because I really do notice the difference with my energy levels. And yeah, it has to be cold water though, because I can't really tolerate warm water. I suppose back to symptoms, I get out of breath really quickly too. Exercise, and aversions, pasta still, and all the bad food like chocolate and stuff. I might have ice cream occasionally for a treat. I mean, it's in my freezer and I hardly ever eat it. It's just like if I'm having a poo day. Like the other day I had a really crappy day. I was just feeling depressed. I wanted to move, be near my family and friends again, and trying to convince my husband to move. Don't know how that's going to go. It probably won't be for another year anyway. Or 10. Exercise. I've been doing really well. I've actually started swimming, and ladies, if you are pregnant, you have to swim. It's like seriously a must. It pretty much gives you an overall body massage, plus it gives you a good workout, plus it's so refreshing. Like it's summer here right now and it gets up to like between 30 and 40 degrees. Crazy. And I actually go on the mornings that I drop Jackson off to daycare. He goes to daycare 2 days a week, so I drop him off there at like 8:30 in the morning, and then I go do my swim, and I only go for like 25-30 minutes, and I do maybe between 10 to 20 laps. It's not boom, 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 like I might do freestyle 2 laps, and kickboard, and then side, and then breaststroke, and kind of alternate between those. So feeling really good. I'm actually feeling not as bloated, and I feel like I don't feel sick when I swim. I feel sick obviously if I don't eat, so I have to eat like a piece of toast before I leave. I suppose what I do eat during the day, I'll start off by I try and have a glass of orange juice and some cereal in the morning. Although at the moment I have this horrible cereal that I don't really like, so I never eat it. I probably end up having 2 pieces of toast in the morning between 6 o'clock in the morning when I wake up, or 5 o'clock because Jackson's waking up early at the moment. Between 10 and 11 o'clock, so I probably have 2 pieces of like Promite or Vegemite on my toast. I pretty much have to eat every hour or 2. And it's different because this time around with Jackson I felt like I was so hungry all the time. This time around I'm only eating to keep the sickness at bay. So I think that's why I'm not putting on as much weight, plus I'm exercising more, plus I'm chasing after a toddler. So I have put on about 3.5 kilos. But I'm in 15 weeks and I'm actually really happy with that. I'm like over a third away there. I put on 30 kilos last time, and I think at most I'll put on 20 this time, and I don't even want to put on 20. So fingers crossed I can keep up with swimming and eating well. Yeah. As far as baby goes, I think baby is like, what is baby? I think 11 centimeters this week. I'm not sure. And I've felt flutter movements, like no jokes. I've felt the last few days, and it's like a twitch under there, and I'm like, what's that? And then sometimes it's like I don't know. It's hard to explain. If you're pregnant, you know what it is, what it feels like, and it's really reassuring. It was kind of scary the other day. Jackson kind of put his knee into my stomach, trying to climb over me, and I was like, ah. And I've had round ligament pain. So much so I could hardly walk one day because it's right down in my crutch area almost. And increased CM sometimes. It's like crazy. Only when I wipe though. It doesn't really come down into my panties. But yeah, like more so when I wipe, I'm like, am I like bleeding? And I have to look down and no, everything's okay. And my skin has cleared up so much since I started swimming. I swear it's the chlorine because I was breaking out heaps. I don't know if it's just because I'm further along now, but yeah. And I don't know, like I want you to like comment below to what you think it is. I'll show you the belly and then you can kind of like put your 2 cents in on how I'm not going to show, sorry the mess behind Jackson's mess. Front, side. So I'm definitely popping out more. I can't tell if I'm up higher or lower or what, so anyway. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll be doing my 16-week video on, we'll try and do it every Tuesday, so I'm kind of being slack. But yeah, it's really exciting that things are starting to move along now, and once we find out the baby's gender, then I can start doing up the nursery and things like that. Now I'm going to pick up my son from daycare, best part of the day. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and thank you to my new subscribers. I love that you want to keep on my journey with me. Anyway, bye guys.